I found out my coworker had been secretly sabotaging me at work, and the way I discovered it completely changed my career. About a year ago, I started working at a small marketing company. It wasn't a huge place, maybe 15 employees total, but it was the kind of environment where everyone knew each other. When I started, one of the first people who helped me learn everything was a guy named Chris. Chris had been working there for about 3 years, so he knew all the systems, the clients, and the workflow. He was friendly, funny, and honestly seemed like a good guy. At first, I was really grateful for his help. But after a couple of months, I started noticing something strange. Whenever we worked on projects together, things would go wrong in ways that didn't make sense. Emails wouldn't get sent. Files would go missing. Deadlines would suddenly change, and nobody would tell me. And somehow, it always made me look like the one messing up. The first time my boss called me into his office about a missed deadline, I was confused, but assumed I had just made a mistake. But then it kept happening. Projects I was responsible for would suddenly have errors I didn't remember making. Clients would complain that they didn't receive information that I knew I had prepared. Slowly, I could feel my reputation at work getting worse. My boss started watching my work more closely. Some coworkers stopped, including me in conversations. It honestly felt like everything was falling apart. Then one night, I stayed late at the office trying to catch up on a project. Almost everyone had gone home. While I was organizing some files on our shared drive, I noticed something odd. There was a folder that had been recently edited, but not by me. It was a project I had finished earlier that day. Curious, I opened the version history. And that's when I saw it. The file had been edited an hour after I left for lunch. And the person who edited it, Chris, he had changed several details in the document, small mistakes that would definitely cause problems if the client saw them. My heart started racing. So I checked other projects. Same thing. Multiple files had been edited after I finished them. And every single time, the editor was Chris. At that moment, everything suddenly made sense. All those mistakes that made me look incompetent. They weren't accidents. He had been creating them. The next morning, I didn't confront him. Instead, I did something else. I made copies of the version history from several projects and saved the screenshots. Then I scheduled a meeting with my boss. When I showed him the evidence, he was completely shocked. Apparently, Chris had recently been competing with me for a promotion that the company was planning to announce soon. And instead of working harder, he decided to make me look worse. Later that day, my boss called Chris into his office. I don't know exactly what was said, but about 30 minutes later, Chris walked out of the building with a box of his things. He was fired immediately. A few weeks later, my boss told me something that surprised me. Because of how I handled the situation calmly and professionally, the promotion went to me. Looking back, the whole situation still feels unreal. Someone I thought was helping me from day one had actually been trying to destroy my reputation the entire time. And honestly, I still wonder something. If I hadn't stayed late that night and checked those files, how long would he have gotten away with it?